I'd now like to introduce our first student speaker, hailing from Pennsylvania and majoring in psychology, Mark Burr.
Oh, hey, Class Day. Looking good. I like it. I'm just going to take a second and bask in the personal knowledge that this is the largest amount of people that will ever pay attention to me at one time. Unless I do something really, really bad and they decide to show it on TV. Something really bad, like trying to add a course without filling out a score sheet. Seriously, score sheets are nothing more than a university experiment to see how gullible freshmen are. Seniors, how many of you filled out score sheets this past semester? Exactly. We've experienced a lot this year, guys. Gas is really expensive. But there's one event in particular that stands out in my mind as the perfect end to our quintessential Princeton experience. No, I'm not talking about writing our senior theses. I'm talking about the commencement checkout fair. To explain for the parents and less loved ones at the simulcast sites, the checkout fair is a mandatory event for seniors where they prepare you for departure. It's like a really well-organized bouncer. I first heard about the commencement fair from our trusted friend and class president, Mr. Thomas Hain. Tom Hain is a master emailer. Seriously, I hope to be his email protege. After my third email in about 26 seconds telling me to go to the checkout fair, I figured I'd go try it. I said, hell, I've got 10 minutes before I need to be somewhere else. I'll give it a shot. Let's do this. After all, I love fairs. Like, love. If there was funnel cake at the checkout fair, I was in. Sign me up. So I arrive at Dillon Gym, which has plenty of room, and you never need to wait to use a treadmill. And I see the commencement fair sprawled out before me, like a buffet of commencement. However, not a single clown, funnel cake, or Ferris wheel in sight. Commencement unfair. Student government, you said this would be fun. I smell a trap. It might be fun, but I'm skeptical. Entering the commencement fair is like entering Princeton. You're greeted with enthusiasm, and then there's a ton of paperwork. I start with the general survey, which is like filling out 20 score sheets at one time. Done and done. There was even a free response portion at the end of it. And I'm sure some of you filled it out. And then needed more room on the back. I know who you people are. You have better grades than I do. Next was the career plan survey, which was really easy for me. I pretty much just wrote my name and started writing "not applicable" everywhere. How many offers have I turned down? Is that a real question? So yeah, that didn't take very long for me at all. It's BT dubs, I need a job. Finally, I start the checkout process. I have a sheet to be signed at every station. Very official. I love checklists. So the first table is class dues. $15 now or $25 later. You do the math. I have about $3 and some old passes in my wallet, so I guess I'll be getting back to them. If you pay your dues, however, you get a fancy pen in either orange or, wait for it, black. I would never have guessed these colors for a Princeton giveaway. I realized later that these pens are just another way to distinguish who's better than me at Princeton. So I assume a few quintiles of you have these pens. The next table was the annual giving program, which, with a growing sense of alarm, I was faced with an instant realization. I don't have any money to give to Princeton because I went to Princeton. I suggested an annual taking program instead. I wrote -$31 on my pledge card and handed it in. The reception to this was lukewarm at best. To pack my digital suitcase, which was a no-nonsense talk from an OIT employee about how I need to forward all the spam from my webmail so it can be with all my real-life spam in my Gmail. There, they'll have little digital spam children and live happily. Mom, when I'm done, I'll explain what Gmail, webmail, and spam are, but I will not discuss having children. After that, I was on to the fun stuff. I stopped at a table to vote for something. I think it was an award of some sort. I voted for the one person I knew and realized what it's like to be in a class of nearly 1,200 excellent people. Graduating from Princeton is like what they tell you when you're small and your team sucks at t-ball. We're all winners. Except this time, it's much closer to being true. They saved the best for last at the commencement fair, as I got my commencement tickets, cap and gown, beer jacket, and yearbook, all one after another. Yes, Dad, 176 grand, and I have a beer jacket. I'm sure it's what you've always wanted from me. Call Pop-Pop immediately. I frantically started looking for my own picture in the yearbook until I realized that I looked like a person who was frantically looking for their own picture in the yearbook. And that's hubris. It was intense. Any kind of nostalgia I convinced myself I wasn't feeling started to creep in. But those seniors just kept signing my little sheet and sending me on my way. I was almost done. And now we're here, and we're almost done. It is June. We'd better be. At the end of the checkout fair, I had a piece of paper that said I had done everything I was supposed to do and that I could leave. In that sense, I guess it's a lot like the piece of paper we'll all be picking up tomorrow. But unlike my little checkout fair diploma I had to give back, this one stays with me until the day I die. We did it. We went to Princeton. Thank you.